Welcome to the channel, guys. If you do not know me, my name is Brock, and I am somebody who really loves credit. So I help people repair their credit. I help people get access to credit. And if you are tuning in to this video today, we are going to be talking about the proper process for disputing negative items on the credit because most people get it wrong, most people do it wrong, and most people don't know the process. We're going to take a look at the process as a whole so you guys understand why credit repair is a thing and why it does work if you understand the process and if you know what you're doing and or if you work with somebody that knows what they are doing. So if you guys do want to actually know how to go through the process and the certain stages and the certain steps to actually fix your credit, please subscribe to my channel, like this video so you can go watch my other videos and see my future videos where I break this down. Click the link below to join my free school community where I do have a curriculum where we break all of it down the way that it needs to be broken down so you can go do it yourself. It is completely free, so please go check it out. Now, getting to the topic, guys, the process of credit repair, it starts with stage one, phase one, then you go to phase two, phase three, and then phase four, which for me is the final phase. We keep it simple and sweet. Sometimes you have to deal with it taking a long time. That's where people get it messed up. I'm here to keep it transparent with you guys because that's why most people don't like us in the industry because a lot of you guys be giving false hope and false narratives. We don't do that over here. I keep it 100%. All right. So, stage one, guys, is the basis, and that is the initial disputing. Okay? Initial disputing. This is where we take a look at the credit report, we see the data, we see things aren't right, we see these negatives, then we reach out to the credit agencies. Okay? So we reach out to the credit agencies. Hey, this is wrong. Let's go ahead and remove it. Okay? Boom. That's stage one. Obviously, we reach out to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, but stage one is the initial outreach, the initial start of the process. And stage one is the longest lasting stage for the first 30 to 60 days. And the reason I say that is because there's only a certain number of outcomes that come from you starting and disputing the things. Okay, so stage one is the outreach. And you can't move on to stage two or stage three or stage four until you know that you need to go to those stages. Okay. So, stage one, the only outcomes that they actually have is one, they listen to you. That's the best one, right? So, we send out our disputes, and the credit agencies listen and they remove everything that we want to remove and or update them positively, not just the bullshit updates, but positively updating them for us, right? So, or the second one is they verify the information. Hey, we don't agree with you. You disputed this stuff. All this stuff is verified. Sorry, it's not changing. Okay. And the third outcome is going to be just a stall letter. Oh, we can't verify your identity, or we think somebody sent this on your behalf, or send this blah, 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 blah to verify yourself. Okay. So let's break that down real quick. Stage one is initial outreach. The only outcomes you can get from that, okay, is going to be succession, right? They remove the items. Two, they verify the items. Or three, they stall you. Okay. Obviously, if you get the first response, which is they remove it, you're done. Now let's go get some money, right? That does happen, but not for the majority. Everybody's file is so different. I've had people done in 14 days with credit repair. I've had people where it's taken them a year plus, and they've had to actually sue. Me being one of them, I had to sue for one of my accounts before. Okay. And that's why I'm talking about this, because this is literally the process. This is the correct way to go through the process. So now, if they verify it, that's when we move to stage two. Or if they send a stall letter, if they send a stall letter, you're actually still in stage one. Okay. Because then you can just send another batch of letters saying, hey, you guys said X and X and X. Here's all my documentation. Here's my social security card. Here's a utility bill. Here's my license. All these things. You can't send a stall letter anymore. I need the response to pertain to my initial dispute that I sent to you guys. So if you get a stall letter, I would argue you're still in stage 1. Now let's move on to stage 2. So we only reach stage 2 when something was verified, or if after multiple rounds you get stall responses or no responses whatsoever. Mind you, no responses is terrific, by the way, because if you're doing things the correct way and sending things out, certified mail, sending things out through the CFPB, you have timestamps, you have tracking information to know I sent this on the 7th of August. You guys never responded to me, and it's the 8th of September. Their 30 days has elapsed. They haven't responded to you. Does not matter. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't usually see a true no response. Most people don't check their mail. People overlook the mail, whatever the case is. Sometimes they just send you an email, or sometimes they just send you a notification on the credit agency sites. But if you truly don't get a response, then we utilize that. And you can always utilize that. A wise man once told me, if it wasn't sent certified mail, how can I certify I got it? You can't. Let me tell you something. The credit agencies aren't sending certified mail. Okay? So that being said, when we move on into stage 2, this is where we start getting more detailed. Okay? At first, we disputed these negative items because incorrect data, things not matching up. It says my payment day is the 7th, but I really pay on the 6th. It says I'm 30 and 60 days late. It says I'm 60 days late before I'm 30 days late. All these different things. I have material below. But the point is, we go based on these can't be verified. They're incorrect. This data is wrong. Let's go ahead and remove those. Then stage 2 is more, okay, you guys have verified this or you haven't responded to me. So if you have verified this, how did you verify it? What is your method of verification? More commonly, Section 611 of 1681I of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. What is your method of verification? You guys have verified it, right? Experian, you told me this item's mine. But all you did was send me an internal document, an internal credit report saying it's updated. You didn't tell me who you spoke to. You didn't tell me how you verified it, who you verified it with. It's broken down even to the labeling and the wording. Oh, we verified with the furnisher that this data is accurate. You didn't even name the furnisher. Who owns it? Might be a Wells Fargo account, but does Wells Fargo even own the note anymore? So that's stage 2, is we get them caught up in the process. Everybody knows data on the credit report has to be accurate, updated, and verifiable. We know that. But where they really get caught up and why stage 2 is so important is because we shift from incorrect data to your lack of the process. I'm asking you for the method of verification. I'm asking you for all these things. You, the credit agencies, cannot give it to me. These are multi-billion-dollar companies dealing with millions and millions of files. They're not going to listen to you, nor do they care about you. Okay? So stage 2 is about getting them trapped in that process of, okay, you guys have verified this, but how? Now, stage 2 consists of multiple rounds as well, because we break them down. It's like hitting a tree. If the tree don't want to fall after the first 3 swings, we should probably keep fucking swinging, okay? And sometimes these trees be big as fuck. You ever seen a redwood? So I say all this to say it could be multiple rounds because we have the record. We have certified mail. We have CFPB complaints. We have dates. What we say goes. It's all about building it out. So stage 2 is where we call them out for the lack of process, the lack of procedure, mainly method of verification. I hear people all the time, oh, I disputed this, but it came back as verified. What the fuck that mean? Honestly, if it comes back as verified, you have a way better case in step 3 and 4, which we're about to get to now. Stage 3 is going to be pre-litigation. Okay? So stage 3 is just stage 2, but on steroids. This is when you start really building your case file. Now, let me be clear with you. You should be building and having organization of every dispute, every phone call, every interaction from stage 1 and your first dispute, as well as stage 2. I would usually say on average, stages 1 and stage 2 combined, on average, are around 3 to 5 rounds or 3 to 5 months. Once you get to that 6th month mark and there's still items that are being problematic or keep popping up or they just keep verifying, now we step into stage 3 where our disputes get a lot more legal. They get a lot more strict. Okay? Because now our disputes are including all our previous disputes. Now our disputes are saying, hey, this is your pre-litigation notice. I'm putting you guys on notice. I'm giving you guys an affidavit of truth and identity. I'm doing all these things. Okay? This is stage 3. We are getting very stern with them so they know that we're not playing. Our disputes are having all this previous information. We're outlining everything that doesn't make sense. We're sticking it to them. We're putting them on actual notice. Stage 3 should only consist of 2 rounds. The first one, maybe the second one, if you want to be generous. I usually keep it to 1 round. Now, moving on to stage 4. If you guys haven't noticed so far, you really want to stay within stages 1 and 2. This is your sweet spot. This is where most people see the most amount of success. Now, if you reach stage 3 and stage 4, unfortunately, you have a problematic file, and that does suck. But it happens. Everybody's journey is different. Now, what is stage 4, you guys might be asking? And the simple answer, it's litigation. It's I'm suing you. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Experian, you have to do arbitration through the AAA. Equifax and TransUnion, you can go to litigation and you can sue in federal court. I'm not going to go through the process in this video on how to do that, but that is stage 4. Stage 4 is litigation. Stage 4 is either getting a consumer law attorney or learning the process and doing it yourself, which I'm going to make a video on it. But stage 4 is litigation. I'm filing my paperwork. I'm filing an actual legal complaint against the credit agencies. You guys haven't listened to me. Like I said, stage 4 is when you're probably at around 7 to 8 months plus dealing with one item or certain items on your credit. Everybody's case is different. Now, you only go to stage 4 if you kept good organization and you know what you're talking about. Do not go to stage 4 from stage 1. You will get hammered. You should never go to stage 4 unless you have a case that is unbeatable. Unbeatable. And why is it unbeatable? Not because the incorrect data. The credit agencies, they're not stupid. They can combat that. What they can't combat is the process, where they messed up, their negligence, their willful noncompliance, the damages you face as a consumer because their lack of process in the dispute process, right? There's multiple different things that go into it. But that's the stages, guys. That is credit repair, and that's the correct pipeline you should be going. Stage 1 is the simple outreach. We wait to see from the credit agencies how they're going to react. Stage 2 is we're putting you guys on notice. Okay, boom. Stage 3 is, all right, you guys still aren't listening. After me, the consumer, I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. You're still not listening to me. You still haven't shown me these things that you need to show me. I'm putting you on legal notice because I'm about to sue you. Stage 4 is I'm fucking suing you. That's it. That's the process. And Stages 1 and 2 are the most important. And stage 3 is really important too, but we want to keep it in stage 1 and 2 if we can. And that comes with being thorough. It comes with really pointing out the lack of method of verification. That comes with calling the credit agencies multiple times and getting updates and getting the representatives caught up on the phone. Why do you think the credit agencies settle when you go to stage 4? When you go to stage 4, you will probably never step into a courtroom. That's because Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are going to settle with you. Because if your case gets to the point where they want to go to court, they're going to be like, bro, pay him $5,000 to walk away. And you're going to take it the same way I took it. Right? That's what you do. Because what happens if you really go to court and you've been calling? You can get those phone calls subpoenaed. And that's why you keep record. You write down the time, the date you called, what the representative said. I'm not going to speak about it because I'm not allowed to, but I had a credit agency that I sued via arbitration, and I wanted to subpoena the phone calls because I wrote them all down. They ended up settling with me. Okay? So that's why it's so important. So is it cool to go to stage 4 and get a settlement? It is, but it takes a long time. We just want to stay within stages 1 and 2. And that comes with the proper procedures and knowing what to actually say. So like the video, subscribe down below, and keep an eye on my channel and check out my school so you know how to stay within stages 1 and 2 and be the most effective when you're in that area. Once we step into stages 3 and 4, it gets annoying. But that's it for the video, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.